I am joined today by Kiori Mirza Waldman, actor. She is performing in the film Icecream Man that was just released. Thanks for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Now, what initially drew you to acting?
I always really loved performing and being creative. I used to put on plays for my family when I was like 6 years old. I actually started off in theater. I
Hmm.
really loved theater because I got to act, sing, and dance, which was everything I loved in one thing. And then from there, just really realized that I loved acting because I was able to storytell and connect with other people through doing something that I love. So I decided to try out film and TV, and I absolutely loved it. And just ever since then, I've been doing what I've been doing.
Awesome. Do you have like a favorite play that you've performed in over the years?
Ooh, I was in The Little Mermaid, which was really, really fun. I got to play Ariel, so that
Oh,
was a
that's
really cool experience.
awesome. Now, before you were an ice cream man, were you a fan of horror movies or scary movies, or is this sort of like your introduction into them?
So I am a little bit of a scaredy cat, and I am pretty scared of horror movies, but I've always really appreciated the acting and the creativity behind it, like the special effects and the dummies and the music that somehow makes it like 10 times scarier. I've always really loved that. And I grew up with my dad who really loves horror movies, so I watched a bunch of clips of the classics like Smile and The Shining. And I did watch Thanksgiving after I booked Ice Cream Man because I wanted to see what I got myself into.
Is it jumping into the deep end?
Exactly. The bar was high after I watched that.
Now, what was the auditioning process like for a movie like The Ice Cream Man?
No, it was a really fun process. So initially, I had to send in a self tape,
Hmm.
which was really cool. It was the scene where we were in the freezer, but the specific part of the scene was actually cut out of the movie, which I was pretty sad about, but it's all right. And then a couple weeks later, I got called back and I got to meet with Eli and Stephanie. Immediately, I just connected with Eli. He was just so funny, and you could tell he was really passionate about what he does. And Stephanie Gorin, the casting director, she's just amazing. And yeah, I just got to read with a bunch of the kids on there. That was really fun. And then 2 hours later, I learned that I got another call back for it, which was crazy because you don't usually learn that quickly. And then, yeah, the final callback I got to read with the boys, Charlie and Shiloh, and there was just like this immediate like spark between us. It felt like I'd known them my whole life, and
Hmm.
I assume Eli saw that too, and it was really fun. It was a really fun process, and I could just tell that they would for sure be in the movie.
So you had a really great chemistry with the other kids on there. Your character Mia is a really sort of strong, independent character. What did you draw from to bring that to screen?
Like, how did I find that bravery?
Yeah, how did you find that character?
Well, she actually has a very interesting journey in the film, which I think really drew me to her character in general. Because at the beginning, she just really cares about being popular and her appearance, and always being trendy. And you kind of don't really see the real version of Mia, but when it becomes like this life or death situation, you just see the really raw version of her that's brave and kind. And I think just playing into that journey really helped those emotions come out.
Right? Now, there's some really intense moments in the movie. How was that on set? Like, how did you guys handle that? Was it as gory on set as it appeared on screen?
Well, the intense moments were the most fun moments to film. It was actually a lot of it was really practical. Like really, there'd be just a room filled with dummies. There'd be severed body parts everywhere. Blood was everywhere. The kids loved it. It was those are the most fun scenes to film. Like when we were running through the playground with the kids playing with different body parts. It was really fun, and it was really easy to get into because everything was just so real.
Awesome. Now, you also played Saffron, the daughter of Meredith McNeil's um, Chris Pine in Small Achievable Goals. That was a comedy compared to a horror. So, how is the energy different between those two experiences?
They were actually pretty similar because I think In terms of filming, the sets were
Mhm.
also just both so welcoming. Everyone was so funny on both the sets because Ice Cream Man also does have its comedic moments. Like I remember when I was watching it for the first time, I was laughing a lot. I wasn't just screaming and
Yeah.
crying the whole time. There was definitely some moments of laughter, but I think on Small Achievable Goals, I was the only child on set, so that was a little different because I didn't really get to hang out with any people my age. So I think in terms of that, yeah, it was Ice Cream Man was a little different because it was kind of like a huge summer camp. While Small
Mhm.
Achievable Goals, I was just hanging out with sophisticated adults.
Now, on the set, when you were hanging out with the kids, like, what did you guys get up to between takes? How did you keep yourselves entertained?
Well, we played tag with a like dead hand and and a rubber hammer. I mean, it was really fun. We'd make videos, we'd make jokes, we just run around. We just had a blast. It was just a giant Halloween party. It was so fun.
That's awesome. Now, you come from theater, you performed in The Little Mermaid. If you had a dream project, like the movie, a musical, a play, whatever it could be, what would that project be?
That is a really good question. Ooh, I would say I really love High School Musical, the musical, the series. I know, super
Mhm.
long name. I fell in love with that series when I was super young, and it has a special place in my heart because it has singing and the acting's incredible. But another thing I'd also love to take on is to be the antagonist in a horror movie, kind of like Nikki in Obsession. I think that would be super cool, and the acting would be a really great challenge to take on.
Awesome. Now, if people wanted to find out more about projects you're in, where could they look online?
Well, I have Instagram, which is just it's Kiori, and I also have a TikTok account, which is Kiori. Oh, and I have a YouTube account, which is also just Kiori.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for chatting with me today.
Thank you
And
for
yeah,
having
everybody
me.
should go and check out Ice Cream Man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.